right, kiddos, we're going to continue multiplying today, but today we're going to multiply a binomial times a binomial. That means two terms times two terms. Now, if you talk to your parents, they will probably remember this. This sticks for some reason, FOIL, F-O-I-L. Not the foil you write things in, but FOIL to multiply binomials. Remember, you can only use this acronym that I'm fixing to show you with a binomial times a binomial. Now, here's a binomial times a binomial. To use FOIL, F-O-I-L. F stands for the first terms inside each parenthesis. So in this case, that would be x times x. So multiply those two together. X times x is x squared. O is going to be the outer terms. Okay, that's going to be the outskirts or the outside of the problem. The one at the very beginning and the one at the very end. So the outer terms, the outer parts of the parenthesis. So that's going to be x times positive 4. X times positive 4 is positive 4x. I is going to be the inner terms. I like to refer to those as the ones on the inside. The inside of the problem is positive 2 times positive x. So that's positive 2x. And then L, that's your last terms, okay? The last one inside each parenthesis. So that's going to be positive 2 times positive 4, which is positive 8. Now, after you've used FOIL, first, x times x, outer, x times 4, inner, 2 times x, and last, 2 times 4, then you want to combine any like terms that you have. So I see that my largest exponent is x squared, so I'm just going to write that down. But these two middle terms, positive 4x and positive 2x, they're like terms, so I can add those together. Remember, when you add like terms, you only add the coefficients. You leave the exponents alone. So 4x plus 2x is 6x, and then my constant term will sit on the end. So my final answer is x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, that's going to be a degree 2, so quadratic, 1, 2, 3, trinomial. Now, where does FOIL come from? FOIL simply comes from the distributive property. So if you have x plus 2 and x plus 4, what happens is you're taking this first term x and you're distributing it to the second parenthesis, x times x and x times 4. So x times x, that's where the first comes in. And x times 4, that's where the outer comes in. And you've distributed the x to everything, so now you'll distribute the 2. 2 times x and 2 times 4. 2 times x, that's your inner terms. And then 2 times 4, those are your last terms. So FOIL comes from taking each term in the first parenthesis and distributing it to every term in the second parenthesis. Let's look at another example. 2x plus 1 times x minus 5. So to use FOIL, f is our first terms. That's going to be 2x times x. 2x times x is 2x squared. Then O, our outer terms, that'll be 2x times negative 5. That's negative 10x. I is the inner or inside terms. 1 times x is 1x. And then L is our last term. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. At this point, you want to combine your like terms. You have 2x squared. Right here is our like terms, negative 10 plus 1, which is a negative 9x. Notice I only added the coefficients in the front. I did not change the exponent. So I end up with 2x squared minus 9x minus 5, a quadratic trinomial as my answer. Okay, so remember, FOIL, first, outer, inner, and last. Let's keep practicing, okay? First, y times y is y squared. Outer, y times 1 is 1y. Inner, 8 times y is 8y. And last, 8 times 1 is 8. Combine like terms. 1 plus 8 is 9, so that will be 9y plus 8. Let's keep them. First, x times x is x squared. Outer, x times negative 4 is negative 4x. Inner, negative 10 times x is negative 10x. And last, negative 10 times negative 4 is a positive 40. Combine your like terms, negative 4 plus negative 10 is negative 14. Notice I only added the coefficients in the front. I did not change my exponent when I went to addition. Only change exponents when you multiply and divide. 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 3 is 12x. Negative 7 times x, and negative 7 times 3. Combine your like terms, 12 plus negative 7. So we'll have 4x squared. 12 plus negative 7 is positive 5x minus 21. Okay. First, outer, inner, and last. Combine your like terms in the middle. You get 9y squared plus 6 plus 3 is 9y. And that's your answer. Okay, pause the video and try number 9, and then mash play, and let's make sure you did it right. First, 8 times 3 is 24h squared. Outer, 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. Inner, negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. And last, negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3. Let's take negative 8 and negative 9 and add those together. And that'll give us negative 17h plus 3. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Number 11. Okay, we have first, 5x times x is 5x squared. Outer, 5x times negative y. How do we do that? Multiply your coefficients. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. When you multiply variables, just remember to keep them in alphabetical order. X times y is just that, x times y. So when I do my inner terms, when I multiply 4y times x, 4 times 1 is a positive 4. But y times x has got to be in alphabetical order, x times y. And then 4y times negative y. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Y times y is y squared. So put down your 5x squared. Negative 5xy and positive 4xy are like terms. So negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1xy. And then my minus 4y squared gets to sit back here on the end. So remember, alphabetical order, x with the largest exponent. Then if they're multiplied together, put that in the middle, and then y. All right, on number 13, first, 2r times 2r is 4r squared. Outer is 2r times negative s. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. R times s is rs. Your inner terms, s times 2r, that's going to be a positive 2rs. Put them in alphabetical order. And then your last terms, s times negative s is negative s squared. So your 4r squared will be written down first. Negative 2 plus 2 is equal to 0. Do not write down rs as your answer because that means 1. If you've got 0 rs, you do not have an rs term. And then put your minus s squared on the end. Now, if you have x plus 4 squared, you can write that as x plus 4 times x plus 4 and then FOIL it out. First, outer, inner, and last. Combine 4 plus 4 to get x squared plus 8x plus 16. This one will be 2m minus 5 times 2m minus 5. First, outer, inner, and last. Add your middle terms and you get 4m squared minus 20m plus 25.